Hello, all my water babies, and welcome. I'm going to draw your weekly relationship reading, and I'm going to start right now. Now, as always, if you have not already done so, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and make sure to ting that bell so you are notified when I go live or upload new videos. Okay, now I have already prayed over these cards and I have shuffled them, so I am going to go ahead and just start dealing your cards this week. And first off, I'm going to just grab this card here, which is the Six of Swords. And this represents the energy of the week. It feels like you are going to be moving on to new things when it comes to your relationships, new people, new places. And you need to leave some stuff behind, and it may be painful, whatever you have to leave behind, but it's going to be for the best in the long run. So there is going to be a bit of sword energy or a feeling of loss this week, maybe. Now, the first card is how you feel about your relationships. The second card is what you are leaving behind this week when it comes to your relationships. The third card is what may be blocking your relationships. And the fourth card is what is coming into your relationships. This fifth card is what you can do to improve your relationships. And this sixth card is what is the overall general advice for you for your relationships this week. And of course, these are the clarifying cards. Now, if you would like a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, astrologyoils.com, and set one up, and I would be happy to help you with that. Okay, and let's get started on how you feel about your relationships this week. Now, you're feeling pretty good so far, the beginning of this week, and with your relationships. You feel like everything is balanced out and you have everything under control, and you can make it through whatever you need to make it through when it comes to your relationships this week. And that is some great energy to start out with. And then you have the Ace of Fire bringing in a lot of passion and sexual energy into the mix here this week when it comes to your relationships. So that's kind of nice. And along with that energy comes the Ten of Chalices, which is telling you that you are going to be moving to the next step in a relationship, or you're going to start a relationship that is going to be really happy for you. It's going to be long lasting and a really great energy when it comes to starting out for you this week. So who is the person that you got in your head right now, water babies? Because you're feeling like really sexual energy towards someone, and you're really thinking towards the future when it comes to this person. Okay, moving on. What are you leaving behind? You are leaving behind any kind of feelings of unfulfillment, I guess you could say, because the Nine of Cups is saying that when it comes to your relationships, you are really at the point where you have everything that you have ever wanted when it comes to your relationships, especially when it comes to your love relationship, because over here there's a lot of cohesiveness and passion and, like I said, sexual energy there, and you think you have got it going on. You're spot on when it comes to your relationship with definitely a certain person over here. So that is some great energy there. And the Nine of Cups is just backing that up, saying, yeah, you've arrived. Whatever doubts you had about what relationship to go forward with, which would be the Eight of Cups. The Nine of Cups is saying you're done over it. You've made the right choice, and you're loving what's going on. But along with that, you really need to leave behind any indecision or harsh energy that may have come up, or defensiveness that may have come up in past relationships. Don't bring that energy into this relationship. That this Mars Four of Fire coming in is kind of like a warning, in this sense. In most instances, this card means you need to stand up for yourself. There may be, something you need to fight for. But in the way I am reading this card in this instance, it's telling me you need to make sure that any past indecision, or what am I trying to say? What kind of fiery energy, any kind of, you thought somebody was doing something that they really weren't doing, that kind of thing. You need to leave that in the past. Don't bring that into this relationship. And here you have the Lover's card coming in right after that to reinforce that and say that, you really need to communicate with that person. Whatever this energy is over here, you're really feeling the energy with this person, and it's really good energy. So don't rock the boat. Don't bring in the past. This person isn't those other people. And you have learned as well. So if it had anything to do with, thinking about yourself and self-sabotage there, don't think about that, because you've learned from from the past as well. So just communicate. Make sure you're communicating with that new person, and everything will work out really well for you, and things will move along. Okay, what may be blocking you when it comes to your relationships? And okay, here you go. You're overthinking things. You're thinking things. You're bringing stuff in that doesn't belong here. You know that this person isn't the same. So why are you still thinking about it? You're continuing to drag the whole past situation in, and it may affect this relationship. This is Venus. She is, this is the love. She revolves around the love, and she's telling you that you're going to overthink things, and you're going to affect the relationship, because you're going to start thinking that person is hiding something from you, and they're not. So stop with the overthinking, because you're going to affect the relationship by accusing that person of doing something that they're not doing, and it is not going to turn out real well. And you want this energy to continue, not this energy and that energy. You want the cohesiveness. You want to talk to that person. You want to communicate with that person. Communicate your fears. Tell them how you're thinking. Don't just go ahead and accuse them, because if you allow that overthinking, you're going to come in, you're going to affect the situation, and you're going to affect the relationship, and you're going to accuse that person of doing something, and it may have some really bad effects on that relationship. So just think about that. Okay, card number 4, moving on. What is coming in for your relationships? Okay, the Page of Wands is bringing you some more passion and inspiration when it comes to your relationships, and really getting you to decide if this is the true path for you, and if this is really what you want moving forward with your relationships. And if you can hear that truck, I'm sorry. I had to open a window, so it got kind of loud there. Somebody going up the road here with their big old loud truck. Okay, and the Astra energy is coming in here telling you that whatever happens this week, you are going to be in the right place at the right time in order to really reap the benefits of the energy that you have, of course, with this situation over here. But in order to do that, you really need to pay attention to what it is that you really want. You know, like the page is helping you to gather that information, and you will have that you will be in the right place at the right time for that to manifest. But the Hermit is asking you to really take a step back and think about the whole entire situation when it comes to your relationships this week. Is this relationship really what it seems? And is it you that's doing the overthinking, or are you really getting in your own way? Just sit down and make sure you think things over before you take another step, because you don't want this set to come. You don't want your block to keep coming in. You want to get rid of this block. So they're here to help you get rid of that block. So just pay attention to these 3 cards and make sure you do your thinking before you move forward and accuse somebody of doing something. Okay, what can you do to improve things? And here we have the World coming in, and the World is telling you that you have it all. I mean, I see, you know, this set of cards as coming in to help you get rid of all of these blocks. So use it as that. Use that to your advantage. Before you do the accusing, you know, really sit and think if you are overthinking the situation, and if you're going to really destroy this beautiful energy that you have going on over here. Because like the World says, you have everything at your fingertips right now. Everything is balanced, everything is where it's supposed to be, and you even have a connection spiritually with this other person. So really would take a step back and pay attention to what you're doing. That way you can move forward, and once you do, it will really be a blessing for you and this person, and you'll be able to move on to the next step in that relationship, because you have the 10 of Chalices over here saying that, you know, you're thinking about moving forward into that next step. And then you have the Wheel of the Year coming in over here saying that you will be moving into the next step in this relationship, and it will be very happy. But you got to learn this lesson first. You got to get rid of what your blocks here. You got to stop this situation over here from happening. And when you do, and you finally learn and think about everything and get past all of those fears and doubts and second guessing, you're going to really be happy in this relationship. And the overall general advice is coming right in with the 10 of Cups, saying that, you know, you are going to end up with, when it comes to your relationships this week, you are really going to end up in a beautiful place once you get past everything that you need to get past and learn to deal with all of those emotions and those fears, and get out of your own way and out of your own head. You're going to be reaping all of those rewards, and you will be having a very wonderful relationship, you know, because, you know, the 10 of Cups is all about prosperity and abundance in every aspect of your life, especially when it comes to your emotions and your relationships. You know, you just have to transform yourself and allow that transformation to take place. Don't take one step forward and 2 steps back. You take that 1 step forward and you stay there, and you keep taking 1 step forward. And there's someone going to be coming in here, the Queen of Wands, that's going to really show you how to use your passion and use those emotions and that fiery, passionate energy you have with that person in a safe manner. So there's somebody going to come through, whether it's male or female, but they're coming through to you this week to help you through all of this situation. So yeah, pay attention for this person to come in, this Queen of Wands energy. And like the overall theme of the week, you know, you're moving on, but there's going to be some painful things that you're going to have to go through and leave behind. And a lot of it, most of it, has to do with you yourself and has to do with the way you're thinking. It has nothing to do with this other person. So if you're thinking that that other person is hiding something for you or doing something that they shouldn't be doing, they're not. It's all in your head. So just pay attention to getting the facts before you accuse anybody of doing anything. Now, I hope you have enjoyed that reading, and before you go, make sure you watch more videos, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.